There's a person watching this right now who hasn't spoken to their mother in 3 years. And they're not a monster. They're not dramatic. They're not selfish. They are exhausted. And if you've ever been told that cutting off family makes you the bad guy, stay with me, because psychology says something very different. We live in a world that treats family like it's sacred. Blood is thicker than water. Family first. Forgive because they're family. But here's the question nobody asks. What if the family is the wound? Today, we're going inside the psychology of people who cut off their families, not to judge them, but to actually understand what's happening in the mind of someone who makes one of the hardest decisions a human being can make. Most people assume family estrangement happens like a movie, one explosive fight, one final door slam, credits roll. That's almost never how it works. Dr. Carl Pillemer at Cornell University spent years studying family estrangement across thousands of people. What he found was striking. The people who cut off a parent or sibling almost never describe a single breaking point. Instead, they describe a slow erosion, years of conversations that went nowhere, apologies that never came, the same behavior over and over, hope that kept getting smaller, until one day the cost of staying became higher than the cost of leaving. Psychologists call this cumulative emotional injury. It's not a punch, it's 1,000 small paper cuts until the bleeding doesn't stop. Here's what makes this so complicated and so misunderstood. A lot of these families, from the outside, they look fine. No obvious abuse, no crime scene, just a home where you were never quite enough, where love came with conditions attached, where your feelings were constantly dismissed or minimized, where who you actually were, not the version they wanted, wasn't really welcome. Researchers call this emotional invalidation, and when it comes from the people who were supposed to make you feel safest in the world, it doesn't just hurt, it reshapes you. It changes how you see yourself. It changes how safe you believe it is to need anything from anyone. It's slow, like a ceiling leak. You don't notice it until the whole floor is gone. Here's what people who haven't been through it don't understand. Cutting off family doesn't end the grief, it just changes its shape. You mourn the parent you needed but didn't get, the sibling you could have been close to, the version of family that seemed to exist everywhere else, just not in your home. And that grief, it comes in waves. A birthday, a holiday, seeing someone in a grocery store who looks like your dad. But here's the psychology that surprises people. Many describe something they didn't expect on the other side. Quiet. For the first time in their adult lives, quiet. Not emptiness, not indifference, relief. The kind you only feel when you've been carrying something so heavy for so long that you forgot you were even carrying it.
If you've ever made this choice or come close, you know the guilt. That voice wondering, should I have tried harder, forgiven faster, needed less? Here's what psychology tells us about that guilt. It is not evidence you made the wrong decision. It's evidence that you cared, that you had love in you, it just didn't have a safe place to land. People who don't care don't sit with guilt. They don't second guess. They just leave and never look back. The guilt means you're human. And at a certain point, some people reach the other side of it. Not cold, not numb, just done knocking on a door that never opens. Here's the reframe I want to leave you with. Cutting off family is not the easy way out. There is no easy way out. It's choosing one kind of pain over another. But sometimes, not always, but sometimes, it is the most honest thing a person can do for themselves. Because a relationship built on resentment, obligation, and performance isn't love. It's a deal. And some deals need to end before both people can move forward. If you've spent years making yourself smaller to fit inside a family that was too small for who you actually are, you've been told that's loyalty. That's love. That staying is the right thing. But just surviving isn't noble. It's just surviving. You are allowed to want more than that. If this video hit somewhere real for you, not just intellectually, but in that quieter place where you recognized yourself, I want you to know you're not alone, not even close. Drop a comment below with just the word quiet if this resonated. You don't have to explain, I'll know what you mean. And if you're somewhere in this story right now, still figuring it out, watch this next. It goes deeper into the psychology of emotional invalidation and why some people are wired to keep going back. Subscribe if you're new here. These psychology deep dives drop every week. I'll see you in the next one.